Well, here's another story for you. This is called The Mermaid, and it's a cautionary tale. I've always been fascinated by mermaids, and secretly hoped that they did exist. In modern times, experts have put forward several theories as to what may have been mistaken for mermaids, such as the manatee and even dolphins. It is a modern trend of trying to take the wonder, mystery and magic out of life. However, a chance meeting with a friend gave me new hope. Last winter, I ran into a man who I had not seen since my school days, over 40 years ago. He told me that he had lived for 20 years in a tiny village by the sea in Cornwall, and had only returned to the north 6 months ago to look after his elderly mother. One day in June, he had set off early in the morning to take for his dog for a walk along the beach. It was a bright summer's day, and the early sunlight sparkled on the waters. He had walked about half a mile when he saw what looked like a girl swimming. He thought it was unusual because she seemed to be moving very quickly and diving every few seconds beneath the waves. As he drew nearer, she suddenly noticed him and stopped. She calmly looked in his direction. He said she didn't seem to be wearing any swimming costume, so he tried to avert his eyes. As he drew level with her, he noticed she was singing. He remembered that the song was so beautiful but melancholy, and that it had a very calming effect, almost hypnotic. He also noticed that the girl had long dark hair and an unearthly beauty that drew him to her. He was at the point of walking into the water towards her when his dog inexplicably barked, which startled her so that she dived again beneath the waves. He was amazed to see, as she plunged, a fishy tail. He realised then that he must have seen a mermaid. I was so fascinated and excited that I decided to take a holiday in Cornwall with him the next June. We spent many hours walking up and down the beach where my friend had sighted the mermaid, but we saw nothing. I began to wonder whether he had imagined it all or was playing some kind of practical joke. My heart sank as my 2-week break was coming to an end. I decided on the last evening to take in the sunset, as it had been such a lovely day. The sea was calm and the air was fresh and invigorating. As I at last turned to return to my hotel, I heard a sound in the distance, a beautiful melodic song. My heart began to beat quickly. Was this what I had been waiting for? I saw a shape moving through the waters. I quickly grabbed my camera and moved towards the ocean's edge. All at once, I felt lightheaded. The music of her voice was overpowering my senses. I was being drawn towards her. I waded in the water, and she rose from the waves, only a few yards in front of me. I remember she had a beauty that was alien to the world I lived. Her eyes were luminous, but empty of any kind of emotion. They were cold eyes, but around her was an aura of light. The melody she sang was beyond anything that a human voice could produce. At that moment, I wanted to stay with her for eternity, and so I was ready to submerge myself and go with her wherever she wanted. I was only a few feet from her when her voice called out, "No, John, no!" I looked around. It was my friend. I was so bewitched that I didn't heed him at first and continued to move towards her. Soon I was almost face to face. I was impelled to give her a kiss. But as I moved forward to do just that, she opened her mouth so wide it swallowed her face, and her teeth were as sharp as needles. A sudden fear engulfed me. I had snapped out of my enchantment, but now it was too late. As I closed my eyes to await my fate, I was violently jerked backward. I was dragged through the water to the shore, and I heard the mermaid shriek in frustration. I opened my eyes to see my friend standing over me. He had swum out to rescue me. "Close shave there," he exclaimed. Lucky I came when I did. I looked out into the ocean where the mermaid was just disappearing from view. That was my first encounter with a mermaid, and hopefully my last. Mind you, I must say that not all mermaids are that bad, only a few. Some very nice ones as well. Just thought I'd say that in support of the mermaid kingdom. Okay then, thank you for listening to my story. See you again soon.